What's up, guys? Today we are going to graph and solve quadratic inequalities. This is my second attempt at recording this video, and my last video took me 3, so if I seem a little impatient, that's why. I'm running out of patience. So anyway, let's try this again. We are graphing inequalities. You can tell it's an inequality because of the less than symbol right there. Sometimes you have a greater than, or greater than equal to, things like that, okay? Today we're going to just graph this the same way as we would if it was an equal sign, okay, with a slight twist, okay? So here's how we're going to do it. A couple things I noticed before I graph this is that it is a quadratic, so that means I'm going to have a parabola. Also, I noticed the a is -1, meaning my parabola is going to be facing downward, okay? So let's go ahead and get started graphing this. I remember a couple weeks ago we practiced graphing. We find the axis of symmetry first, and then we find the vertex. Well, with something like this, there's really nothing, no better way to do this problem than to make a t-chart. So I'm going to go ahead and make a t-chart. Okay, I have x and y, and the values I'm just going to always use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, you don't have to go crazy. All right, plug in a -2. -2 squared is 4, but it's -4. -1, -1 squared is 1, times a negative is -1. 0 squared is 0, doesn't matter if it's negative, it's still 0. 1 squared is 1, -1. And 2 squared is 4, -4. All right, so let's go ahead and graph this thing. Okay. All right, first point is -2, -4. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's my point, -2, -4. -1, -1 is right here. 0, 0, 1, -1, and 2, -4 is right there. Okay, now I remember looking at some of your graphs earlier, and I noticed that you guys try to make a V. Please don't. It's a parabola, and it needs to be as U-shaped as possible. So try to sketch a U. Try to make it as curved as possible. Okay, now if you're following along here and copying down what I'm doing, you're going to need an eraser, so please don't do it in pen. Okay, so here's the thing. This parabola that I just graphed, this is the solution. This is the solution of all the points that satisfy this if it were an equation, if it was y equals -x squared. These are all of the solutions, okay, for y equals -x squared. But this doesn't say y equals. It says y is less than, okay? So we're looking for all of the values that are less than this parabola, okay? So anything that's on this parabola is not a solution. So we can't use this parabola to show our answers. So basically, we're going to use it as kind of a boundary. Okay, so what I'm going to do is erase a lot of this parabola. Okay, and I'm going to make this a dotted line. Okay, so my parabola now, okay, looks like this. All right, so now we have just kind of a boundary, okay? And what it says, we want all the values of y that are less than that parabola we just graphed. That's one way you can interpret that, okay? Let's find all of the values of y that are less than, okay? So that's everything underneath the parabola, okay? So we're going to shade down here. All of these points are solutions to that inequality. If you don't believe me, watch. Pick a point that is outside or pick a point that is inside. Okay, watch this. I'll pick a point that's inside. How about the point 0, -4? Okay, 0, -4 should be a solution. 0, -4. Watch. If x is 0, what do you get here? You get 0. And y is -4. Is -4 less than 0? Yes, certainly. Okay, so that's a good answer. All right, we did that correctly. Let's try another one. All right, we have y is greater than or equal to -2x squared. Again, a parabola facing downward, okay, plus 9x minus 4. Now there are a lot of ways you can do this. I think in the last section or 2 sections ago we practiced changing this into vertex form. We can do that except that it starts off with a 2 here, or a -2, which we don't want, and this is also not divisible by 2, so it gets really sloppy. So I'm just going to do just like what we used to do, the axis, okay? That's going to be x equals, negative b over 2a, so x equals -9 over 2 times -2, okay? So that's going to equal positive 9/4. Yuck. Really? Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter. Don't worry, okay? So now the vertex, okay, now the vertex. 9/4 is actually 2.25. If you want to use your calculator, go ahead. Okay, so the vertex is 2.25, comma, something. Okay. And it looks like my kids have stolen my calculator. Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, I'll go ahead and use it. Why not? Okay, and I'll show you what I get. I'll turn it on. So let me just double check. 9 divided by 4 is 2.25. Okay, I just wanted to make sure real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to just plug that in. So -2 parentheses 2.25 parentheses squared, okay, plus 9 parentheses 2.25 parentheses minus 4. Okay, now before I hit enter, well, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and enter. All right, and I get 6.125. So 6.125. Okay? All right, cool. So there's my vertex. I also need a y-intercept. Okay, a y-intercept. And that is always 0, c. So that's -4, 0, -4. All right, and let's go ahead and graph this. All right, so here we go. I know my parabola is going to be facing down, don't I? Okay. Now, it also says greater than or equal to, so I know it's actually different than this one because this one was not equal to. It was less than, right? And look what I got. I got a dotted line, okay? Because it was less than, strictly less than, I could not include the line here. But because it's greater than and equal to, okay, I actually get to draw a solid line for my parabola. So let's draw the vertex. So that's 2.25. So 2.25 is right here. There's where my axis is going to be. All right, and then it's up 6.125. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just a little bit higher. So I don't really care. If it's 6.125, it's basically 6. Don't overthink it, okay? All right, my y-intercept is 0, -4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and you know what? At this point, just eyeball it. Put another point over here because it's symmetrical, okay? I'm not asking for you to label this point, so just don't even bother. And now let's just go ahead and sketch my parabola. Okay, it's going to look like this. Okay. All right, and this bothers me a little bit because it's -2. It's going down, but I thought it would have been skinnier than that. I wonder if I made a mistake. Something just does not seem right to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's, I don't know why. It should be skinnier. I'm not going to record this video again. I think I made a mistake. I'm not sure where it is though. But I noticed this negative means my graph is going down, and I noticed this 2 means it should be a very narrow graph. And again, I'm not really sure why it's not narrow, so I don't know what I did. But something's not right. But anyway, that's not the point. I'm not trying to teach you how to draw a parabola, but I really think I made a mistake. But let's get to the heart of the matter here. We want to know what to do with our solutions, because it says that y is going to be greater than and equal to the parabola we just graphed right here. So where is it equal to? Well, it's equal to on this parabola. And where is it greater than? Well, it's greater than everything above that parabola. So we're going to shade everything above that parabola. Okay, so that will be our solution for that guy. Again, something does not seem right to me there, okay? But we're moving on. That's how you do that part. Now let's go ahead and I'm actually going to stop this video and record this into 2 parts because we're at 10 minutes already. All right, see you later.